How does a prenuptial agreement work when you're buying real estate? Let me tell you. So if you're a single person and you're buying a house, you don't need a prenuptial agreement because you're a single person buying a house. Duh, that makes perfect sense. But now you're going to get married. So you're going to get married, you want to get a prenuptial agreement. You're going into the marriage assuming that if something happens, you want to be protected. Makes perfect sense. But here's how life works. You are single, you're not going to buy a house that's suitable for a wife and kids, so you buy a house that's suitable for a single person. You guys live in it for a few years, and then after you live in it for a few years, you guys have a baby. Now that house is too small. Now you need a bigger house. You're going to sell the house that was under the prenuptial agreement, and you're going to buy a new house, which is no longer under the prenuptial agreement. Therefore, you are splitting the property 50-50 in many states. So you would need what's called a postnuptial agreement. And I'm sure that all the lovely spouses out there would love to sign a prenuptial agreement when they're going to stay at home, raise a baby while you go to work. It's just not going to happen. Let's be real, people. What you need to do is when you title the property, make sure you're titling the property correctly and making sure if you're doing tenants by entirety, you know what happens, that you guys are splitting that property equal. If you want to not split the property equal, then you would do tenants in common, and you would pick the percentage of ownership in that property. So one person would pick 50, the other person would pick 50, or you can do 90-10. Whatever that may be, you can work that out up front. But when you're titling the property, do it in tenants in common instead of tenants by entirety, and that will protect you if you're worried about something happening later. Hope this helps.